Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go! Hey.
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we break down one of their records. We get into the music, the lyrics, how it was made, the turmoil within the band, the artwork, everything. And we try to have a good time doing it. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars and 5 stars only. All the social media is at Asinine Radio, and yeah, that's all I got for the intro. So what are we doing today, Jeff?
We're doing Rumours by the Fleetwood Macs.
By the Fleetwood Macs. Dang. So this is their 11th record, the second record with the classic lineup of the band. Not the best lineup, but the classic lineup of the band. So what's your with Fleetwood Mac? I mean, this is a huge episode. We're in good season right now. What's your
shit never gets old.
Why are you laughing?
Because it just never gets old calling it good
what,
season.
That it's good season?
Yeah. So dumb, so pretentious.
We should have a good season every year around this time. But anyway,
coming off a bad season, aka Canada season.
Canada season. What did we do before that? We did new metal season, right?
That was a while ago.
Was it new metal?
No, we didn't.
Was it? Okay.
I don't know.
We've been doing seasons for a while. Anyway, 0-2. Fleetwood Mac. What's your origin story with the band on this one? Go.
I don't have a specific origin story with this band because they're so big, and this record kind of is like a greatest hits record. So I will start my origin story with my least favorite song. That's "Go Your Own Way." That is like the earliest.
What?
Kind of like.
Oh, your origin story. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's kind of like my earliest thing with the band is that song because, dude, Isuzu, they kind of fucking ruined that song for me. I can't even.
Was in a commercial?
Yeah. Are you kidding?
I don't remember.
Oh my God. I've always loved commercials, so maybe I pay more attention to commercials in general. But oh my God, dude, Isuzu, like the whole "Go Your Own Way," right? Pave your own path. They use this song relentlessly, and I don't
remember that.
I never knew it was like a Fleetwood Mac because I just never cared, and I never really got into Fleetwood Mac. So I would say like my true origin story with Fleetwood Mac is starting to collect the vinyls and then getting Then Play On the vinyls and realizing, holy shit, this band is amazing without Buckingham and Nicks. That's my origin story.
Okay. Yeah, my origin story, I don't remember the first time I heard Fleetwood Mac. I mean, the big singles I remember hearing as a kid, but I know there's no specific moment, where I was like, oh my God, this is Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac, this is amazing. I mean, the songs are great. Obviously, they're iconic. My parents were never into Fleetwood Mac, so I don't have that kind of backstory or anything. No Columbia House like you, which I'm surprised you didn't bring up Columbia House, but
I never had this.
Yeah, I mean,
my mom never liked Fleetwood Mac. She was, I don't know, she was a little bit more aggressive. Like she liked Van Halen's Hagar era. She liked 90s rock, so she never really cared for Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, my mom was kind of the same way. I mean, my mom loved Ted Nugent, Rush, those kinds of bands back in the 70s, but until she got into pop country, which is just terrible. But yeah, I know. Yeah, she was never into this either. So yeah, that's my origin story. Let's give our first impressions though on Rumours.
Rumours.
Let's talk about the title. No,
yeah,
we'll talk about the title. I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to unpack here. One is I listen to my copies of other things more than Rumours. So I listen to Then Play On. I have Killin' House. I have Mystery to Me. I now have Mr. Wonderful. I do throw those on pretty consistently. At least like once a month, I'll listen to some type of Fleetwood Mac. But I don't listen to Rumours that often because it's just like, I don't want to listen to that. That's like not the era of Fleetwood Mac that I like. But dude, you turn it on and it's like a greatest hits album. Every fucking song here
I know.
pretty goddamn good. Like,
Even the songs that are like, okay songs for me on this one are like, damn, dude, I know this song. Like, this song it is a greatest hits album. It really
it's
is.
like a greatest fucking hits album, and through and through, it's a really, really fun listen. And you can't hate this album. Like, there's no fucking way. This album is so good.
It's impossible.
It's like, I don't know. My first impressions are just, I always forget how great this album really is, because it is a little, man, it's a weird thing to even say, but it is a little safe. Like, it's not really what I kind of go into.
Oh, for sure.
But it is a little safe. But like, damn, bro, if you putting out like safe albums that sound like this, like, oof, that's something to be said.
Yeah, but I mean, before and after this, during the classic era of the band, they were just putting out safe, mediocre to bad music.
This is it. This is the only Buckingham Nicks era album that is worth listening to.
I agree. I 100% agree. Even like, I think like objectively, this record is pretty vanilla. It's pretty milquetoast, but dude, the songs. There's always like there's always that one hook that's like, damn, dude, this truly is a great song. Just the hook. It's the hooks. It's not even the music. The music isn't that great. It's the fucking hooks. It's the harmonies, all that kind of shit. That's what makes this record. Otherwise, the music, Lindsey Buckingham, like from a technical standpoint, he's a great guitar player.
So good.
Absolutely great guitar player. But I don't think he's a very good songwriter. Like as a guitarist. I think his vocal, he has a very high vocal range too. Like, he sings very, very high. Sometimes it's hard to kind of tell.
You think
like,
it's fucking Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, I know, it's really, really bizarre. But no, this is a really good record. And that's my first impression too. But then after listening to their whole discography, all 17 records, it kind of made me like this record a little bit less. Because I'm like, I don't want to say like you couldn't do better, but it's just, they just dropped off so much after this record. Like, it's just like, I've never seen such a drop off from any band. Like, you made this amazing fucking record, and then you put out Tusk. You put out fucking Tusk, and you put out Mirage.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them for Tusk. I blame them for Mirage, but I don't blame them for Tusk. Like, dude, the pressure is just immense for Tusk. So I don't blame them for doing that. Mirage is a fucking joke. You guys fucked up there. Tusk, I get it. I'll give you a pass on that one, but that's it.
Yeah.
You can't follow rumors.
See, like,
you don't follow rumors.
Like Tusk. Yeah, Tusk had the potential. He could have done something completely quirky and weird. Lindsey Buckingham, I'm speaking of. He could have done something totally fucking weird. Like the skeleton was there to do something like that, but he didn't follow through with it. He just, in the end, he decided, let's make more milquetoast, and that's what you got in Tusk.
Yeah. No, that's
fucking,
true.
And also, like, dude, I'm going to talk a lot of shit about this band, especially this era. More specifically, just this era. I think, this is the classic, most popular era, but this is also the worst, or not the worst era. The worst era was in '95 when they made that one record without Nicks or Buckingham.
That's still essentially like this fucking band. Like, that was just one record that missed those two artists, and those songwriters aren't even that great.
No. And honestly, this is the weakest era of the band. Yeah, this is one of their greatest records, but the era as a whole is their worst era, for sure. The Welch era was amazing. The Peter Green era is on another fucking level. Great. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this.
That's fine.
I think Rumours, I think Rumours is definitely an overrated record. Yes, it sold like, it's one of the best-selling records of all time. I think it's like number 11 in the best-selling records of all time. Sold like over 40 million copies worldwide or some shit like that. I get it. It's super popular, but it's fucking overrated. They're a vanilla band at this time, and I can see why this record sold so well, because it is really good, but it also appeals to, like, I don't want to say normies. It sounds so gatekeepy.
Fuck, who cares? Fuck those fucking guys trying to get in, dude. Get them.
Like, seriously, dude. This music is meant for everybody.
This is adult contemporary. I'm telling you, this is the start of adult contemporary. We just mask it as, like, beautiful songwriting and deep lyrics, and really, the lyrics aren't that deep.
The lyrics aren't deep. No, they're not. This
is about one fucking thing. Everyone's just, like, fucking each other and getting mad over it. Like, they're not deep lyrics. They're
not at all
superficial. They're meaningful. They're thoughtful, and they're great. But there's no like hidden fucking meaning here. Like, we know what these songs are about, and that's silly boy talk. This record is adult contemporary. It just happens to be like the best of that subgenre.
It's true, yeah. And talk about a band that was just like, dude, the drama of this band is unreal. I don't say no band was this dramatic, in their personal lives, but dude, several members were married at some point. They cheated on each other within the band.
That guy did him, and she did her, and then she did him. What the fuck?
It's like a modern day reality show. It's fucking stupid. It's like
so stupid.
I mean, I understand they were like in their mid-20s. It's just crazy. They were like in their mid to late 20s when they made this fucking record, which still blows my mind. But still, like, yeah, they were young, but it's like you're grown-ass adults. You've done all this crazy shit. You're wildly successful. Like, even before Rumours, they were a huge fucking band. Especially once the first Nick's Buckingham record came out, the self-titled record, right before this. Like, that record really blew them up too. They were already very popular, but that record blew them up, and then Rumours just took them to another level. So it's like, dude, you've had this success. It's like, why are you still acting like this? Like, why are you doing this? I don't know, man. It's just on a personal level, I think they're just they were wildly immature. They were fucking huge fucking drug addicts, like cocaine, alcohol. Like, they were just out of their fucking minds on drugs.
Dude, Stevie Nicks' song is about like cocaine. Like, it's like the deeper meaning to her song. No, it's cocaine. She's fucked up on cocaine.
And just like, I don't know if it's just like stupidity or her being really naive, but I read something today where she said, yeah, in 1972, we were all told that cocaine wasn't bad for you, this and that. It's like, dude, come on. I understand you were young, but are you that fucking stupid? Like,
yeah, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like,
come on, get out of here.
Anything that alters your body in any kind of significant way, like even alcohol, right? Like a child can drink alcohol. I'm like, wow, this is probably not good for me. Like, that's just silly boy talk. You're just being crazy. But
yeah.
what I think is going on here, like in music in general, I mean, we're getting on the macro level of this pod here. I like it. But like music from the 70s, right? We're going from like the 60s era into the 70s. We're getting a little bit more nuanced in kind of the production. Dark Side of the Moon, right? 73. Let's take that as like the mainstay. And so then everything after Dark Side, let's get into more, Kraftwerk's coming out with shit in like the late 70s. And so things are kind of like transitioning into electronic, a little bit more production heavy songs. We're getting away from like the really aggressive hard rock of the 70s that we know, for sure, like the hard blues psych stuff of the 60s. And so that's why this record is so unique and accessible, is because it still captures that aesthetic from the 60s, the 70s, but it still kind of like allows for more to be had afterwards. Because it's so, like a lot of these songs are empty. There's a lot of dead air, a lot of dead space. And the more I talk about it, the more I don't like this record until I listen to it.
I know.
I'm like, oh fuck, it's good. The more I talk about it, the more I don't like it. There's a lot of dead air in this record, a lot of dead space that's not filled the way I would want this record to be filled. It's very amateur. Like, there's a lot of things here that you could polish up and make a little bit better. So I think that's why this record really resonated with people coming out of like the 60s and 70s. The Woodstock era is now 10 years in the making, almost 10 years at this point.
But also, it's like, it's when you think about it too, like, it was their image, because when you look at Stevie Nicks, and I didn't know this until I was reading more about her. I mean, I didn't go take a huge deep dive into her like personal history, but like her whole persona with Fleetwood Mac, and then after her solo, like with all of her solo stuff, all of that's fake.
Yeah.
Like all the shit she wore, like that kind of like witchy kind of persona that she's always portrayed, that's all fake. And I always thought, okay, like she was like kind of like into that whole like Wiccan, like I always kind of thought of her as that.
No.
Because that's how she always came off as, but it's like, it was all fake. She like hired a designer or some shit like that.
It's part of the image.
To come up with her look. It made me like her less. For sure.
I don't know how she's gotten away with like using throwing around the word gypsy for as long as she fucking does either. Because
I know, right?
Like that whole
fucking white girl from Arizona.
I don't fucking
it's just
get
like,
it.
Come on,
why did she get a pass? You know what I mean? Like, why is she getting a pass here?
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, the 70s are a weird time, dude. Like 70s, we're transitioning to like hair metal, right? Van Halen dropped an album in 77, 78?
78. 70, yeah, 78.
So this album is just like a timestamp. It's just this transitory thing from kind of like the old guard to what's going to be like faster, younger, aggressive, cocaine fueled. And I think that's what the band was kind of going for, but they still wanted that folky, adult contemporary, early 70s aesthetic. And that's why it's popular, because everybody can get back into it.
Oh, that genre. That genre, adult contemporary, it just sounds so...
It is. It's like, fucking garbage. But
like I said on the rankings episode, like you can't explain what it is, but when you hear it, you know this is adult contemporary.
What was that?
It's weird. It's a
like
fucking weird genre.
What was that senator talking about porn? He's like, I can't put it into words, but when I see it, I know what it is.
I have no idea.
I don't.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But anyway, 0-2. Rumours, Fleetwood Mac.
I just Googled it real fast.
I just Googled it.
Yeah, it was justice. Talking about obscenity in like the fucking 60s.
Vicinity of obscenity.
The vicinity of obscenity in your eyes. He says, I don't know how to explain it, but I know it when I see it. And that was like citing for obscenity in that era and how to censor people. Like a case by case basis. And that, I mean, it makes sense in a certain way. But whatever. That's neither here nor there. Or anywhere. What's your...
All right, so let's... before we get into stinkers, I do have one stinker. And I have
a
some
stinker?
Okay songs. Oh, fuck yeah, I do.
What?
Which we'll get into in a second. I want to build this... I want to, keep you on the edge of your seat.
Holy shnikes.
So the album title, Rumours. So it's spelled dumb. It's spelled RUMOURS.
No, you're right.
And that's stupid.
It's spelled dumb. It's spelled dumb.
It's spelled dumb.
Correct.
It's spelled dumb. That's dumb. It's so dumb.
It's dumb.
I mean, it's British, I think, right? That's how the Britlanders spell it.
Yeah, dumb.
And they get a lot of things wrong. They say some dumb things. Skip would attest to that. I know, friend of the pod, Skip. But anyway.
But
I just wanted to talk about how stupid
this is. Not a Fleetwood Mac album. I'm going to the day I die. This is a Buckingham and Nicks featuring Fleetwood Mac. And Buckingham and Nicks are not from England. They're from like one. I think Lindsey Buckingham's from like fucking like Southern California. And Stevie Nicks, she's from Phoenix and shit.
Yeah, she's from. She was from Arizona. I think he's from up north, like San Mateo or something. San Mateo County. Or something.
Who even cares? They're not.
Regardless,
from
California.
Like, why spell it like that? Like, are you trying to be cool? And then you just copying the fucking cover art from the previous album? Like, are you kidding me?
I know.
Are you joking my ass right now? Fuck yeah,
it's so fucking dumb. It's so uninspired. But let's before we kind of dive into like more the innards of the record and how it was made and some of the behind the scenes stuff. But let's jump into, I said I had a stinker. You clearly don't have any stinkers.
I have one okay song and everything else is a banger. That's stupid if you think like there are stinkers there. So here we go.
So I have a stinker and I have 3 okay songs and then I have 7 bangers.
Stinker's wrong.
So the stinker is Oh Daddy. Come on, dude. Okay. This song's embarrassing. It's straight up embarrassing.
That's my 10B.
Yeah, it's fucking...
What's wrong with this one?
Especially when you put the lyrics into it, it makes it even worse. The vocals sound desperate, especially when you read it with the lyrics. I like the flute part of it. Some cool little Western sounding bass lines here. The guitar is super fucking boring. Just overall, the song is just vanilla. It's forgettable at best. I just don't. There's no reason to have this song on the record. I'm not a fan of Christine.
I honestly don't get it. I don't get. Why not. She does everything.
I think she's such a boring singer. I think her ballads. I mean, not on this album because there's only like one kind of ballad, that's Songbird. But some songs on the other records, the ballad songs, like dude, they're fucking so boring. I think her voice is just so generic. She's not a bad singer.
No, she's objectively a good singer. She has
just
more
so
range than anybody
boring.
In Fleetwood Mac history.
Yeah, but it doesn't make for, just because she has range, it doesn't make for a good song.
It does make for a good song because she can do anything.
She's a good piano player. I'm not a big fan of the piano. Like, that's always been my thing. I don't really care for especially piano driven songs. I don't like that. It's not my It's not my thing. But that's a lot of her songs, like a lot of songs that she writes and sings on. And unfortunately, on most Fleetwood Mac records that she's on, she has like 3 songs, 3 maybe 4 songs on the record, which sucks.
Not enough.
They're just the weakest they are by far the weakest songs on the record.
She's an incredible singer. She's an incredible piano player. She's an incredible songwriter. And again, as we talked about in the rankings, because she's like a classically trained musician, she knows how to build a song to make it interesting. I think you're getting hung up on like a certain aspect of her singing to where like, yes, she doesn't have like the vibrato that Stevie Nicks has. She's not like angelic like Stevie Nicks does. She doesn't have the cool like high pitched vocal thing that Buckingham can somehow get away with. But she's overall just like a fucking good jack of all trades, but a great jack of all trades. I love the way she sings. I think she
Jack
sings
of all trades is a good way of putting it.
I think she sings with like from her diaphragm, like she sings with that gut, like Aretha Franklin style, just fucking belts it out like she's singing in a choir rather than like Stevie Nicks. I think like you have to like turn the mic up real loud and put your mouth really really close to get like that
like
that
Billie
kind of high
Eilish.
pitch. Fuck man, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
I think Christine McVie is a singer. I think she's a singer. I think she can sing with or without the mic. Whereas everybody else in this band, even like Peter Green, not a great singer, but great for what they were doing at the time. Everybody else in this band was just kind of fine. Like Christine McVie, she's a singer, dude. She is a singer. Dude.
She's a good singer. No, she is objectively a good singer, but she's good as like not really a backup, but she's good at doing a lot of like the fill-ins, like the harmonizing, building like some kind of like soundscape in some of these songs. That's what I like about her. But the more songs that are driven by her, I don't like. I don't think she's an exceptional songwriter. I don't think she has anything unique about her voice, so it doesn't stand out. Like, yes, I understand Stevie Nicks isn't the greatest singer, but she has a unique voice. Her songs in general are a little bit more like have this like esoteric feel to it, which gives it just its own unique thing. And that's what Christine doesn't have. Like her songs are like straightforward, kind of like at moments like disco kind of shit on some of the songs. Like there's like this disco funk record or song on this record, and it's just like it doesn't fit the overall record at all. Like at least Songbird, like I don't really care for that song, but that song fits on overall on the song on the record.
2B baby, that's my 2B.
No, it's not.
I swear to you, that's my 2B.
Oh my God,
I fucking love that song. That's
okay,
my favorite vocal
one of my
performance
okay
of the
songs.
song on the album. I mean,
that's one of my okay songs.
Ugh.
But okay, so let's finish up Oh Daddy and then we'll get into Songbird. Sound good?
Oh Daddy's fine.
Let's just get this Christine shit out of here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. So
moving on.
Moving on.
Okay. So Songbird. Yeah. So that's I can't believe that's your 2B.
Yeah. This is my favorite vocal performance on this album. This is the clear division between the classically trained piano player who has a great voice and just somebody like Stevie Nicks who just has a good voice but doesn't really know how to fully utilize it herself. And like the Buckingham Nicks like solo album, like the whatever album that was, Buckingham Nicks, like you could really hear it, dude. Like the songwriting is lackluster in that motherfucking thing. I told you like 3 times to fucking listen to it.
I know.
Didn't do it. It would have come into play here because you would have really been like, holy shit, dude, Stevie Nicks kind of sucks without like other good songwriters around her. And same with like Lindsey Buckingham. Like Lindsey Buckingham is a phenomenal guitarist, but these guys need good songwriters around them. And that's where I think like the rhythm section and Christine comes into play. And especially Christine, dude, because she just knows how to get the best performance. Maybe she's like the Rick Ross or the Rick Ross of this group. She just get everybody in.
Rick Ross.
Yeah, the Rick Ross.
The Jerry Finn. The Jerry Finn, let's just say that.
Maybe she knows how to like get the best performances out of everybody here. I don't know. Because damn.
I mean, I would believe that. I could believe that she was able to get the performances, because when you read like deeper into how they were writing these records, Christine was huge. Even on the songs that she wasn't writing on specifically, like she had a lot to do with the harmonies and helping Lindsey, figure out certain segues and things like that. Like I think behind the scenes she was a lot more involved, and I think that's where she shines. Just not as I just think like her solely penned songs are not that great. or they're just generic. Let's just say they're generic, because I think she's too technically good. I guess that's the right.
I like that you're trying hard not to irritate me, but it's already happened, and that's where we're at now.
I just don't think her songs are her songs aren't
you're
strong.
Fucking out of your
They're not strong
goddamn mind. Like, they are incredibly strong. Maybe they're so strong you just don't even fucking know it, dude. Like, I can listen to this shit on repeat constantly. This is an amazing song. She can play the piano like anybody can, and she does it better. She knows how to utilize like the lower end chords on the left hand, and kind of like the higher lead parts on her right hand. But she knows how to do it to match her voice well. Like, she's just such a phenomenal musician.
She's classically trained almost.
She's a musician. Like, this is a musician that like tries really hard to craft a song. And I think just Stevie Nicks. Now we're gonna get like into like the more, you know, subjective thing here. I think Stevie Nicks at this point is just kind of relying on like that momentum of the Buckingham Nicks thing, relying kind of on the performance of Fleetwood Mac, just gaining more traction from their first album, and then just being like her and Buckingham, dude. They're both like beautiful people. They're just both good looking people. Yeah, and I think they're riding on that factor. And I think Buckingham, phenomenal guitarist. I think Stevie Nicks is the most generic thing about this band, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Damn, sure. I totally lost my train of thought.
Dude, I love Christine McVie so goddamn much. I've loved her since Killing House. I think she was on Mr. Wonderful too. I just. Ugh.
Was she on that? I think you're right. I think she's uncredited on Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah,
I think you're right. Because I think that's right when they got married, right?
Yeah,
her and John. Yeah. But what I was gonna say is, man, I never really took a deep dive into Fleetwood Mac, but damn, when Lindsey Buckingham came into the picture, the guy is an absolute control freak.
Dude, he joined.
In every
How did he
fucking
join? Right?
Aspect. Yeah, well, I mean, so Mick Fleetwood, he was at Sound City Studios, which it doesn't exist anymore. I think that was in Culver City or Burbank or something.
Iconic.
He went there, and Buckingham, Lindsey and Stevie Nicks were there recording whatever they were doing for their shit, and Mick happened to like hear them and started talking to them, invited them into the band essentially, and then that's where we're at.
Well, so he invited Lindsey Buckingham into the band, and Buckingham
that's true.
Said,
no, you're right.
You can have me.
I'm not doing this without Stevie Nicks.
If you have my fucking girlfriend too. Like, okay,
yeah, exactly.
That's already like 1 foot like out the door there. That's already like a recipe for disaster.
It's already a red fucking flag right there for sure. But then, and then you read more about it, and it's like, dude, Lindsey would make decisions, and then if somebody like questioned it, he's like, no, we're not doing that. Or like people would give him ideas, and he would change everything. He would change literally everything. And
he Billy Corgan fucking bass lines in this, dude.
He what?
He Billy Corgan bass lines in this. He went back after they were done, and he fucking overdubbed them himself.
Yeah. Well, and then there's was it fucking this record? I don't remember, but anyway, yeah, I know it is on this record.
Yeah.
It was a song that it wasn't a song that made the album, and it was a song that Stevie Nicks wrote before the band, and he said, okay, well, I'm gonna record the whole song without you, Stevie Nicks, even though you wrote it, and then I'm gonna show it to you, and that's exactly what he did, and she was pissed about it. She's like, this is my song, and you recorded the whole song without me. What the fuck is wrong with, like, she was fucking pissed about it. It's like, dude, this is how much of a fucking control freak he is. And it seems like when he doesn't get his way, he has a tantrum and he fucking explodes and he leaves the band. And, you know, after the Tango in the Night, reading more into like the end of the band, essentially, after the Tango in the Night, they had a band meeting and Buckingham fucking blew up and like fucking hit Stevie Nicks, like beat her up, and then fucking stormed out and quit the band. It's like, dude, the guy is unhinged.
Yeah.
He's fucking unhinged.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking total control freak. Like I was kind of always like indifferent just because I didn't know much about the guy prior to this couple weeks. But yeah, now reading about him, I really dislike Lindsey Buckingham.
Man, he's fucking
Yes, he's an
annoying.
incredible guitar player. But outside of that, his songwriting, it's really good on this record. Outside of this record, it's fucking pretty much trash. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't like
that. Was a good rant. I like that one. That was good. That was solid.
But I mean, you agree, right? He's kind of like a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's the fucking worst.
He fucking beat up Stevie Nicks, like, and the way he like, and then like reading about the lyrics too, like he would write songs. I think it was "Go Your Own Way." He wrote that song about Stevie Nicks
and withheld, like didn't show anybody the lyrics.
Yeah,
because
dude, he did some like fucking pretty fucked up shit to her, and she just kind of like accepted it, like she's a young naive girl. Like she's like I think she's older than Lindsay, but still like I feel like he took advantage of her a lot.
I think I mean I don't want to get into like the nuance of like who slept with who, but I think like there was a lot of cheating going on with everybody in the band, including Stevie Nicks.
Oh, totally.
So
Stevie Nicks fucking
like
she was
grown
fucking
ass woman,
Mick
dude.
Fleetwood.
Yeah,
She, a grown ass woman. She was fucking Mick Fleetwood when he was married to like she was like he was married to some model and he had 2 kids. He had a whole fucking family. I mean, not to excuse. I mean, it's really bad behavior on his end,
right? Yeah,
not just Stevie Nicks. I mean, they're equally to blame. But it's just like...
But children be children, dude. Children can act like children.
I mean, but also, Stevie Nicks, I mean...
Come on.
She was beautiful.
Come on.
She was fucking beautiful.
Come on. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
like, dude, even
she
today,
really
like,
was.
honestly,
Yeah,
even old-ass Stevie Nicks is like, damn, dude, you're still pretty good looking, dude.
Yeah, no, you're right.
For like 100-year-old, how the fuck old she is? I don't know what she is.
She's just, like, objectively beautiful. Like, hands down. And like you said, like, Lindsey Buckingham, good-looking dude as well.
Yeah.
Like, really good-looking guy.
Yep.
Mick Fleetwood... not so much. Look at the Mr. Wonderful cover. But
he's on the cover of Rumours, though.
That's true, yeah.
God,
dude, I didn't realize how tall he was. He's 6'6".
Yeah, he's huge.
And Stevie Nicks is 5'1". That's fucking... I didn't realize she was that short. But I guess, like, one of her things, too, is, like, she wears, like, 6-inch, like, platform boots just to be taller on stage. I had no idea.
It's all part of her game, her aesthetic, her shtick.
Yeah, her deceit. Anyway.
Yeah.
Songbird. Do you have anything else on Songbird?
I mean, I could go all day. We haven't talked about lyrics. I find the lyrics pretty good, but that's fine.
I mean, lyrics, I mean, it's just about her being deeply in love.
But really, it's so good, dude. It's about her being like a hopeless romantic. It's her. She's using anthropomorphism. I had to look that one up. It's putting like human attributes into non-human things, not like personification, because like she's doing it into like bird form. So she's talking about the songbirds here, right? And songbirds generally reserved for people that are like great singers. And Barbra Streisand has an album called Songbird and things like that. But like the songbirds, there's 2 choruses. In the first chorus, the songbirds are singing because they're in love, even though they know the outcome of what's going to happen, and they're still singing because like the journey is what I'm about, even though I know the destination is going to suck. That's whatever. But then the second chorus, she said the songbirds keep singing. Like they keep singing. Not that they are singing, they keep singing. Meaning like she knows that she's going to get burned again by the same fucking relationship. But because she's a hopeless romantic, she does it anyway. And that's just such a human fallacy, dude. That's just so vulnerable. That's so fucking childish and silly. God, I love this song. If it wasn't for the chain, spoilers, this would be on 1B. Easy fucking money, 1B.
The chain is good, though.
God damn, this is a good song. The chain is not your 1B?
No, it's not my 1B.
We're done. That's it. We're done.
Let's get into the chain then.
What
is your
fucking 1B, dude?
Dreams.
Oh, my God.
Come on, man.
I can't even formulate thoughts. I'm so fucking irritated with your stupidity.
Come on, dude. You gotta admit,
this is just here.
The song is just it's so iconic. That chorus, how can you not love this song? How can this not be your 1B?
How the fuck is the chain not your 1B, dude?
I do really like the chain. I really, really do. But we're talking about Dreams right now.
What? Okay. Dreams is my 4B. Dreams is my 4B. Okay. As the kids say, this song is a vibe, right? That's the fucking best way I can describe this. This song is a vibe.
Right.
Simple beat, simple soundscapes. This is like the type of tune that Stevie Nicks does extremely well. This is it. It's simple, it's straightforward, but she adds that like angelic thing. And that's what she can, that's like the only thing I give her credit for, to where she can do better than pretty much any like female vocalist at this time. Like that's what she excels at. And there's a lot, there's not a lot of nuance to the song, rather like a lot of layers.
No, but you don't need it.
Stay in the groove. You don't.
No,
exactly.
It has like an ethereal feel too. Like like the guitars and the soundscape, like there's a very ethereal thing, but then John's laying down this like fucking awesome bass line too.
Love his bass playing.
It's subtle, but it's fucking awesome.
You hear him with those staccato notes every once in a while, like he's still kind of playing in the groove, but oh dude, it's so good.
No, it's really, really good. And then there's like I think it's a slide guitar. I can't really tell if it's just like a guitar with some like a bunch of effects on it, but just like that adds to the ethereal nature of the song or sound of the song. I think it's so good. And I think, her vocals are sometimes chipmunky and all that, but I mean, that's Stevie Nicks.
Not here.
But I mean, she still has that. She has that iconic way of singing, and I like it. I dig it. Like we talked about it. She is not the greatest singer, but she has a sound, a style, and that's what this song is. Like this is arguably her most famous song. And then even like a couple years ago, like this song blew up again on TikTok. There's that huge TikTok trend because that one guy riding the longboard, drinking the fucking
Mexican
orange
dude on the
juice or whatever
fucking longboard. Yeah, man, so good.
Remember that shit? And it fucking blew up. And then even Mick Fleetwood made one of those, but he was riding it like on the back of a pickup truck. But he did the same shit. Like it was just like
that meme.
It was a cool viral
that whole like shtick thing that caused this record to like have more in sales. Like people went back and listened to this record again and listened to Fleetwood Mac again, and that was incredible.
I actually went back and listened to this record when
I did too.
When that viral trend happened.
And again, back then it was like damn, this is like a fucking greatest hits record. Holy shit, every song on it.
It really, really is. And mind you, we did this record on the podcast years ago. Like
this is
probably in 2017.
True forgotten fucking record.
Yeah, true forgotten episode. And dude, I remember doing the episode, but I don't remember anything about the episode.
Yeah.
And we sure as shit didn't listen to all of their records because at that time we weren't doing that. But yeah, we did do Rumours once. But anyway, yeah, this is Dreams is just an absolute killer fucking song.
I will cede to the fact that Stevie Nicks does one thing, but that one thing she does, like she fucking nails it. Yeah. Christine McVie does a lot of things, but none of it is like perfect. So I will see that. Like do you want to do one thing better than anybody, or do you want to do like a lot of things better than most? That's the vibe that I get from both of the singers.
I would agree with you on that. Also, with this song, it was kind of written on the spot by Stevie Nicks, and they ended up using the first vocal take. They did it once, kind of with the whole band, they did it with the whole band, and then they tried to redo her vocals over many, many takes, and none of them sounded quite spot on. So they used the first take, and I've never picked up on it. I've tried listening to it, but I didn't really hear it. But apparently, according to the producer, engineer, I forgot his name right now, but he was saying like there's certain parts where you can hear Mick's snare through her mic. Like there are moments where they weren't able to clean up the edit well enough to where it cut out all of the other instruments, but they just felt like the first take was the best one out of all of them. So I thought that was pretty neat.
I will say,
when it comes to the making of this record,
there's a lot of romanticizing over the recording process of this.
Oh yeah.
Like, like people like Christine writing that song and like forgetting what it was because it was so late at night or where the fuck all this shit is. Nah, dude, these guys are just so fucked up out of their minds. Like, like the producers just like frantically trying to record shit and piece together this thing little by little. Like, no, there's no, dude, this is a mess.
And so reading more about like the making of this record too, they would talk about how, because they didn't live at the studio, but they lived like right across the street. Like Christine and Stevie Nicks shared like at a condo, and then the guys shared a condo as well. And so they would go over to the studio, but they would go over to the studio like 6 or 7 o'clock at night or in the evening, eat dinner, and then get super fucked up. Get like really, really fucked up, and then start recording at like 2 a.m. when they were all obliterated. And then they were the producer was saying like, yeah, nothing got done. Like they would try to record completely fucking wasted. And then reading more into the making of the record, they re-recorded over so much of the tape that the master tapes were like ruined because they had recorded over the same tape so many goddamn times. So they had to hire like some like master like tape restoration guy or some shit like that to restore the tape. But even then it wasn't quite what it should have been because they had to re-record this stuff over and over again rather than use new tape because that shit's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And they still racked up like $1 million recording this record. And that's a lot of fucking money in
That's a
1977.
lot of fucking money.
1977, $1 million to record a record. That's fucking insanity.
And this is a band that's like tumultuous, right? They've gone through so many lineup changes. Yeah, their previous album was a success, but not like $1 million recording studio sesh.
Yeah. It's not like a Zeppelin record, you know, a Zeppelin or a Sabbath record or some shit like that, or Pink Floyd. Like not even close. Not even close.
And it's just I think the recording process here has been romanticized, but really, I think it was a fucking nightmare.
Oh yeah.
And this band had better paid their producer well because there's no way that this would have been made without those other two guys.
Well, I was kind of thinking about it too. I was thinking in my mind earlier. So I listened to that Conan O'Brien podcast a couple weeks ago where Dave Grohl, Chris Novoselic, and Steve Albini were on it. And Albini was talking about like how a lot of the contracts worked, at least in the early 90s, to where the producer would get royalties off of the record. But he made it a point like I don't want to I refuse to get royalties in my contract. A flat fee. This is what I'm doing. Why would I get royalties? That's fucked up. This screws the band over. I'd rather the band make the money rather than myself. So this is that was in 1993 when fucking In Utero was made. And thinking about like in the 70s, dude, the producer probably made out so fucking well. One of the best-selling records of all time. The royalties on that shit.
Hell yeah!
I can't even imagine how much he's probably made more money than most of the band did. Honestly,
he probably should because he's probably the one. Like, guys, dude, we got to reel it in. Put down the fucking cocaine. Let's reel it in. Because they're children. These people are fucking. Even though they're grown-ass adults, they're children. They're fucking each other. They're acting doing like a bunch of blow. Yeah. They're being whiny babies. Supposedly, like they're going off into others, studios and writing songs that they like. No, dude, no. This is a fucking mess. They are lucky this even made it to the fucking store shelves. This is a mess. This is a fucking disaster. This is a disaster of an album that somehow pulled it together at the last minute.
Like when you hear of other bands like the excess, the partying and everything when making a record. It in the end, it still seems like, yeah, they were all fucked up, but they got it done. They were having a blast doing it. But there wasn't a lot of I don't want to say shit talking, but like not a lot of like stabbing of people's backs. Like they never really seemed to hate each other. But this band, they all hated each other.
Yeah. They
all fucking hated each other at some point. So it's like, it's not like a Motley Crue record in the early 80s or Van Halen or whatever it may be. Like, yeah, they were all, or Korn. Like, you hear about the early Korn records. Like, that shit was insane. We've talked about that on the podcast. But they got the shit done. Like, they got what they needed to get done. And they did it without stabbing each other in the back. But Fleetwood Mac, dude, just what a nightmare. What a fucking nightmare of a band. I mean, reading more about the Buckingham Knicks era, just I've lost more and more respect for them throughout the last couple of weeks. Just reading about just how immature they were and just how mediocre to bad their music was. It's I can't believe how popular they are. It's stupid.
They got away with one, dude. They got away with one. Like you're watching baseball and like the pitcher's throwing stuff and then maybe like the umpire calls a bad call. Like this is their bad call. They just got fucking lucky with this. They got away with one here.
Really, really did.
They got away with one here. Because everything after this is not even... It's not even the same fucking game they're playing here. Everything after this is garbage. The only thing, the closest thing they ever did to sounding like this is his album before this, which again is like the B-sides to this.
Yeah, it's not even that good. Not even that good.
They are lucky this came out, man. They are so lucky.
You're right. All right, so let's God, dude, it's crazy when you think about it too. Like this. As much as they got fucked up and how lucky they got, honestly, with this record. And then you go back not even 10 years, Peter Green's all fucked up. Danny Kerwin he's homeless. He's fucked up. Bob Welch is down and out. Like all of the guys, Jeremy Spencer is fucking all fucked up too. It's just
joined a
like what happened?
Like and checked out of society.
He literally did that. He left right before his show to go buy a magazine and then they couldn't find him for like 3 days and find out he joined a cult.
He's done.
A crazy religious
Gone.
cult. Yeah. It's fucking insane. Like the actual talent in the band they got completely fucked by their own indiscretions and drug use and society and all that shit. But then, Lindsey Buckingham did all the same shit, but they just absolutely blow up. And it's just, it makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense.
I mean,
they're plants. Who cares? I'll say it right now. Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham are plants.
They're not plants. They're
record label plants. They're record label plants.
They're not plants.
Fuck it. Why not?
Because I think it revolves around one thing. It revolves around Stevie Nicks was and is like a marketable face. And I love Christine McVie, like love her to death, but she's no Stevie Nicks. She's just not.
No.
And Stevie Nicks was a marketable face. Buckingham was a marketable face. This is a band that went from, dude, they've been on like the same fucking label since damn near the beginning.
Yeah.
Like Reprise, that Warner label, they've been on the same fucking label. They were like one of the first records.
Sinatra's. Wasn't that? I didn't know that, but that was like Frank Sinatra's record label, right?
Yeah, Sinatra did Reprise label to give the artist more control over their music.
That's crazy.
But like they were one of the first bands to be on Reprise label or Reprise label to where it switched over from like a two-tone to like the general like Warner that we know, like the LP labels to be. So it's just, this band is just a marketable thing, and Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham, judging from that album cover of their first and the only record they did together, it's just, they're a very marketable couple. They're both young. They're both really good looking. They have soft skin, and they're good at what they do. They're really, really good at what they do. It's marketing, dude. It's marketing. I don't think they're plants. I just think the record reprise really pushed for this band to get done. And I do agree, man. I think the producers outside of Fleetwood Mac, because it was quote unquote co-produced by the band, but really, like, what the fuck did they do? I think the producers of this are sitting back, dude, smoking their cigars, counting their hundies, and just calling it a day.
And I feel like the band only got production credit because of Lindsey Buckingham, because he's such a control freak.
Yes.
I feel like that's the only reason why they got that credit.
Because he was probably sitting there drunk, high, and saying, "No, I did this. No." Being an annoying fucking
like a child
slob.
with his arms crossed.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Man, dude,
Anyway.
I fucking hate this album more and more the more we talk about it.
I know.
But I'm telling you, the more we talk about it, the more you hate it. Then you throw it on, and you're like, "Oh shit, this is pretty good."
I know.
That's like, what other album is
stupid.
like that? What other album is like that? You hate it on on paper. This should be like the biggest disaster of all fucking time.
Yeah. But then it ends up being some of the
God, it's
catchiest,
so good, though.
best songs
ever. It is so
ever.
fucking good. This is like one of the greatest pop rock albums of all time.
Agreed. So what's your 2B?
Anyway, 2B. What was your Dreams. Dreams was your 1B.
Dreams 1B, yeah.
So my 1B was Chain. We talked about Songbird, my 2B. 1B
Oh, yes,
Chain.
let's get into the Chain. We didn't talk about that yet.
Yeah.
Right.
This
is the only song. This is the only song where every member has a song, or Mick and John have a songwriting credit.
Which makes sense, because the last half of this part, or the last half of this song and the first half of the song, are two completely different songs.
True.
They're just bridged together by essentially a 2-second moment of silence, which I think it works. I think it works. I think it's the silence is flawless. I get it. I think the silence is flawless. I think it works in this one because everything's so slow and gradual. Obviously, like, my favorite part of this is the last part of the song. I think it's just, dude, like Buckingham's guitar swell into that last part, that then he drops in. Dude, that's nasty stuff. That's Peter Green nasty stuff. His guitar solo in this is the most like generic, basic thing he's ever done.
I know, it really is.
That's Peter Green shit, dude. That's Peter Green shit, though. That's effective. You don't need more notes. Less notes, more feeling. This is the best solo that Buckingham probably has ever done because of that. That's a page out of Peter Green's book. What?
Real quick. So I've been like on this Yngwie Malmsteen thing for like the last couple weeks. And he did an interview with this guy, Rick Beato. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. But he has a popular YouTube channel, and he interviews a lot of musicians. And Yngwie did this interview. And dude, the way he was talking about it, like he kind of obviously has that pretentious attitude because he's so incredibly talented. So he has that swagger, you know, and he was talking about how like he was in the studio or something, and somebody told him, you know, less notes, less. All right, so that was your 1B, which is wild. What was your 2B?
Is it really wild though?
Kind of.
Like, come on,
a little bit disjointed of a song.
This is the most psychedelic thing they've done since Then Play On.
I suppose, yeah.
It's not wild.
It's not wild. It's.
I'm not saying like maybe it's objectively good. I'm just saying it's not wild. Wild and crazy kids. It's not wild.
So, then what's your 2B?
Right in my 2B, Songbird. Songbird was my 2B.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna hate me for this one. Again, you're gonna hate me again.
Oh man, dude.
Go your own way is my number 2.
Go your own way. Do you really not remember the fucking Isuzu commercials?
I don't remember. No, I don't remember that at all.
Dude.
Not at all. But it's a damn good song. This is a Buckingham Lid song, obviously. I don't know how you don't like this one. There's some really cool shit in here.
I have.
Is it the organ?
No.
Is it the organ?
I'm actually wearing my Oregon sweater right now. It's not the Oregon.
Well, okay.
I have negative emotions from that commercial. That's it. That's the only reason why.
Like that old, not old commercial, but that commercial that would play during the Angels games, like in 2010, 2009. Like you're the one.
Because is that a real song?
Yeah, it's a real song. That was a famous song, like in the 70s.
What song was that?
I don't know. I don't remember who did it. But it's a really famous song.
Okay.
I fucking hate that song. And I hate that song because of that commercial.
I always thought it was just that it was made for fucking Bank One or what the fuck it was.
Oh yeah, it was like Bank of the West or some shit like that.
Yeah,
that's what it was
something
for.
like that.
Fucking dumb. So yeah, Go Your Own Way. I mean, besides the chorus, which is truly iconic. I mean, it's so fucking catchy.
It's not even the best chorus in the fucking album.
It's not the best chorus, but it's one of the best for sure. For sure, bruh. So let's break down the verses a little bit. One of the few times where I really like mixed drumming as a songwriter, not his technical ability. I think he's pretty average, but songwriting wise, in the verses, he does those big tom hits that drops into this like kind of like shuffle thing during the choruses, and then he goes back into the big tom hits in the verses. It's kind of Sabbath-esque, but not nearly as good as what Bill Ward would do. But the idea is there, and it works out really, really fucking well. The bass playing, some pretty damn squirrely stuff, and then you get the organ in the chorus that just kind of just adds. Once again, Christine, she kills it. Like I said, she kills it in the nuance department, in the little things, in the soundscapes, and that's what she did with this in the chorus with that organ. It's there to fill in the space, and it's perfect. And I'm a sucker for the organ. I love the organs.
I swear you're saying Oregon.
Weird.
Every single fucking time you say it. I swear you're saying Oregon.
I'm not saying the state Oregon. I'm not saying Oregon.
I'm pretty sure you are.
I'm saying Oregon.
Are you sure?
No, I'm saying Oregon, not Oregon. Yeah, there's a difference. Oregon.
I still think you're saying the same thing right now. I don't know.
I'm definitely not saying the same thing.
Maybe I've had a little too Michelob Ultras, but I don't know, dude.
The bitchest beer in the fucking world right there, the Michelob Ultras.
No. It's Bud Light,
what?
right?
Michelob Ultras are pretty bitch.
Don't people hate Bud Lights?
Yeah. What do they call it, Jeff?
I don't know. I buy them because they're fucking cheap.
No, they are cheap. Yeah. They're usually like $1 or $2 cheaper.
Well, they're even cheaper now because of the controversy. So I buy them on sale. I don't care. I'm looking for the end result. I'm looking for the end result, not where my money's going, because it's all going to the same spot anyway when I buy big beer.
That's very true. Very, very true.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, with the song "Go Your Own Way," I really think like Buckingham, his guitar playing, it's just. Lead wise, I think it's very boring. I do like his rhythm playing. I think it's just that constant strumming. I think it really works for the song itself. So that's where it's strong. His his melody in the chorus is strong. But really, it comes down. I think the rhythm section is really solid too on this record. So, or on this this song. I'm sorry. So So that's what I got musically. Lyrically, it's a breakup song about being heartbroken, but also understanding that they need to go their own way. Kind of hit the nail on the head there. I know.
It was the worst.
But I think this is the song that I was referring to earlier, where this is the one that kind of like upset Stevie Nicks because he was like talking about her shacking up with other guys. Was it this song?
Shacking up? What is the fucking 50s, dude? What are you like? What are you, a greaser or so? Were you a jet? Or what's going on here?
That's literally a lyric, shacking up with guys or something like that.
That's good.
I can't remember if it's this song. I didn't write it down.
But yeah, this was he kept a lot of his stuff separate from her. She didn't, supposedly. I think a lot of this stuff too is just again romanticized to the point where who knows what really happened during these recording sessions.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, when you think about it too, you know, like we've talked about, they were in their late 20s, and think about how, I mean, we're 36, and look at how we romanticize our younger years. You know, our early 20s.
I've always thought about too.
Like, there's a lot of stupid, fucked up shit that happened, like personally with all of us, but we still romanticize the fuck out of it.
We do.
We really do.
And we had a lot of fun, and it was great, and we look back on it with just these nostalgia goggles. But like, imagine if we had like unlimited supply of money and fame, right? Like what? Like, I don't know. What kind of bad decisions would you make when constantly confronted with these opportunities to make those bad decisions?
Yeah.
Like, how often could you say no until you say yes? And I think about that. I think about that more now, like with records, and just because I see a lot of records, I'm like, damn, dude, like how many times can I say no until I just say yes? I don't know, because I'm not. I don't know. That's a weird.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but obviously in this instance, it's a much more dramatic thing than you buying records. You know, there's people's emotions and, you know, fucking other people.
I would relate it to contemporary musicians and things. Like the biggest one is Jesse Lacey, right? Like that's like the biggest one that like blew up and then kind of like went away real quick because like people love Jesse Lacey. And it's just like, dude, how long could you really say like no until you say yes? And normal people, normal muggles, normal normies don't understand like that kind of, I don't know, that kind of pressure.
Well, with Jesse Lacey, it was a little bit different because he was talking to younger girls. Questionably, you know, were they 18? Were they 17?
He's an idiot.
But
he's underage and mentally, like he's underdeveloped, right? So like, how do you put a price tag on like his mentality on that at that point? Because he's been doing this for X amount of years and he's a dummy. So like,
absolutely,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's too subjective. It's too weird of a game. I don't know. But like again, like empathizing. Go back to to that word earlier that you couldn't do. Empathizing with people. Like, could you say no over and over and over again until you say yes? So I don't know. And that's what I think Fleetwood Mac is here. Just like, dude, these guys are a fucking mess. And they're in their 20s.
During this era.
They're grown ass adults. But musicians, actors, artists, they're not like you and me. They're emotionally underdeveloped. They're weirdos. They don't know what it's like to be like politicians the same fucking way. They don't know what it's like to be a normal fucking person. That's why they make stupid policies. They have no idea what it's like. I don't know.
You're right.
I can go hard on this tangent if you want. I'll keep going. I got a
no. I get it.
I could.
I mean, if you want to jump into that, yeah, go for it.
So Ben Affleck did this fucking interview where he's like, "Oh, like artists over here, we're not like conceited. We're not like looking for attention. We're just artists. We want you to feel what we feel." I was like, bro, that's the same fucking thing, dude. Like, you're wanting me to like think the way you think and feel the way you feel. That's like literally being a pretentious prick.
Yeah, when he was talking about being famous and everything, and
he's like, I don't like being famous. Like, bullshit, yes you fucking do, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Of course you like being famous, you asshole. That's fine. Just say you like being famous and also being an artist, but don't like mix the two together and pretend like you're an artist first and you want people to like digest your art, because first of all, you're not a good actor. You're a decent actor at best.
He's fine.
You're a decent actor at best.
I think
You're not carrying a movie. You're not carrying.
I feel like he gets too much shit. I don't think he's that bad.
He's not carrying.
I think he gets
movie.
way too much shit. I still think he gets way too much shit.
Good Will Hunting. That was great writing, acting. You know what?
Fucking Vancouver lady over here. Jesus Christ.
Dude, Ben Affleck, get the fuck
I don't even
outta
like
here.
Mad TV. Get out of here.
That's true. Mad TV's garbage.
Now I know you're lying.
I know you're
you
lying
would never
through
say
your
that. You would
Greatest,
never say that.
Greatest sketch comedy show of all time. Very close second is Kids in the Hall in their heyday.
No, No, have you ever gone back and watched like the SCTV stuff? Dude, that shit, like that's where John Candy started. That's where Eugene Levy started. Rick Moranis. That was where they all started. Was SCTV in the late 70s, early 80s. And that shit is way funnier than Kids in the Hall. Not Mad TV level, but it's fucking funny as shit.
Okay.
It's very, very funny.
All right.
But speaking of John Candy, I watched 2 John Candy movies last night, and it was
What'd you watch?
Fucking great. Watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Sure.
Fucking perfect movie right there. And then I watched Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck, yeah. That one,
Uncle Buck.
That one cuts you deep
perfect
sometimes
movie.
because he gets a hard dose of reality, and that one cuts you deep.
That one. I mean, they're both very different, but damn, they're fucking good movies. And John Candy, the 2 characters he plays are so different from one another. They're so different. Like John Candy is so underrated. He was so underrated. Still is. God, he was such a good actor.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
Dude, get out of here. Don't ever say anything bad about John Candy.
He's like the Stevie Nicks of like that character. Like he did great in that one thing. No, that's fine.
Here we go. Okay.
The Home Alone series, same character.
Let's stop while you're not ahead.
Okay.
Let's go from there.
You can hold on.
That's
to
more of a
that
John
one for
Hughes.
too,
That's more of a John Hughes thing, not really John Candy thing. But that's okay.
Okay.
We'll move on. Anyway, go your own way. I'm good with this song.
Yeah.
What's your 3B?
Well, now I gotta scroll through here. Well,
scrolling's hard, dude. Pod scrolling's hard, dude.
Oh, never going back again. Oh, dude, this is a good
That's
song.
my 3B too.
This is a good song.
Yeah, this is a
But
good
you
one.
hate Lindsey Buckingham and guitar playing and his singing.
No, but this is really good. It's just them.
Gosh,
It's
damn,
just
this is good.
well, it's not just them. It's just him and his guitar. Very
Him and his
folksy. It's fucking good, man. It's so good. That's what I got.
So I've only known one like really good banjo player in my life, and then it was a neighbor of my
Steve Martin.
mom's.
What? Oh,
No,
sorry.
it was a neighbor of my mom's, and when we were coming up, in front of the pod, Joe and Ronald, we were forming our band. He bought a banjo and gave us his drum set. And was like, yeah. Actually, he gave me all his Violent Femmes fucking records too, or CDs at the time, and so that's how I got into Violent Femmes. But he's like, here's all my musical shit. I'm just gonna buy a banjo. I don't want none of this stuff anymore. And that's like really propelled us to be like a band. But he was such a phenomenal banjo player. And I remember constantly listening to him. And we would go over there. You were like 15, 14. And I remember him just doing that sliding, like sliding thing on the neck.
Mm-hmm.
Like picking, picking. I was like, that's so cool, man. Because the slide on the guitar, like a lot of cool like slide guitar, you hear it with like the bottleneck, that slide guitar thing. But the banjo players, they just fucking do it with their fingers, dude. And it's just all nasty, and their calluses are gross. And this harkens back to that. Flat and Scruggs era of banjo playing. That just gritty.
That's how he's playing the guitar. Yeah, it's
country
all
thing. This is a banjo player playing the guitar, and that's why this song for me is so rad. Is because that's what it sounds like. That's what it brings back for me. Love it.
I think it's great too. I think his guitar playing is fucking crazy good on this one. It's fucking fast. It's clean. Like, listen how clean it is. Like, you can hear the plucking of every single note. There's no there's no dead notes, nothing. It's a flawless performance. But then also, reading more about the recording of the song, I don't know if you kind of have it in your notes, but the producer, who I actually wrote his name down, Ken Kalett, or however you pronounce his stupid
The other
name.
producer.
The other producer. He had Buckingham's guitar tech restring his guitar every 20 minutes just just to make sure they found the right take. And they spent a whole day doing that. So he probably restrung the guitar like 25, 30 times that day.
So
and then come to
fucking
find
annoying.
out the next day when they were playing it back and Buckingham went to go sing it, he played the guitar in the wrong key. He played the parts in the wrong key. So in the end, they had to end up re-recording all of the guitar parts in the correct key. And then everything from the day before was thrown out. It's
Worthless.
just like, and it's like, dude, it's because everybody was fucked up.
Yeah.
Everybody was fucked up.
No communication whatsoever.
You know the producers were just as fucking wasted and fucked up.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, right? You're a producer. Yeah. This is your livelihood. Like
rein
hey,
it fucking in, dude.
Hey, dude, do you want to hit? Like, do you want to bump? Like, no. How many times could you say no until you say yes? Right?
Yeah, but like fucking like you see it like Ross Robinson, perfect example of like he allowed the bands to kind of do what they did, party, you know, but he never you know did any of that shit himself. He was there to work. He was there to do his thing. Steve Albini's another example of that. It's just like they're there to do a fucking job. They're not there to party with the band. You know, it's just that's what they're getting paid for. But you know, I guess in the 70s, it's just
exactly those guys have learned from others' mistakes. Like this, we're still paving the way into. But do we even hit the fucking hair metal era? Right, we haven't hit like the most aggressive like cocaine fucking fueled music that has ever hit fucking virgin ears. So we're still like paving a path here, paving a path.
Paving a path.
I feel like I'm saying path with an F. P-A-F
Paving with a path.
P-A-T-H. Paving a path. We're still going into it. So like Steve Albini and like these guys. Like, I don't. Steve Albini and these other fucking guys, like they don't participate.
Fucking Hicktown over here.
But yeah, because they weren't there. they learned from others' mistakes, and that's fine and that's great. But again, dude, I don't know why I keep coming back to this. Like, how often would you say no until you say yes thing?
I know you've said it like 4 or 5 times already.
But it's so interesting, dude. It's just so fucking interesting to me. Like, if anything, right? Yeah. Like, if anything, like, here's some heroin.
Well, yeah.
Like, I'm good. How many times could, like, somebody do heroin in front of you and offer you until you say yes? You don't know. You don't fucking know.
Well, it's like everybody, the saying is everybody has a price.
Exactly.
For anything.
No matter what you think, would you for $1? No.
Remember
that's what we
used to play this game back in high school. We used to play that game with our friends. You remember that game?
Would you do X for $1? No way. Would you do X for $1 billion? Yes, I would. Okay, so you're not opposed to doing it. It's just a matter of price at this point. Okay, yes, you're right. So like, everybody has a fucking price. It's just, I don't know. I think it's fascinating to me personally. A good introspective look at yourself. Like, how many times could you say no to something until you say yes? I think it's a fun thing to do.
It's a fun game
in your mind.
It's a fun game. Yeah, it's a fun game.
No one else has got to know.
Friends.
You no one else got to know. Just do it yourself. Yeah. Like, how often would I fucking say no to some guy offering me heroin until I say yes? Depends on the guy.
It's a game. It's a game that we still question Sloan about too.
Yes.
How much money would you take to do this or that?
For enough money, I'd do just about fucking anything.
Well, of course.
Just about. DGAF.
So Never Going Back Again. I mean, really, this is a pretty straightforward song. I don't think there's a lot to really break down here outside of just like the making of it, which we talked about. But yeah, do you have anything else on this one?
That's it. Except also that this is also adult contemporary. That's what the song is.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. And lyrically, it's about finding someone new and the bliss you kind of feel with that new relationship and that person. So that's what it is lyrically. It's all kind of the same shit.
He's just being a broken emo kid. That's what's happening here.
You're right.
It's an emo album.
It's like, what is it, like proto emo or
proto emo right there?
Is proto emo like proto punk is before punk, right?
Yeah, you would say
that's
what
you would like.
Is like MC5 and like the Stooges.
As MC5 and Death and shit, Death Stooges. Yeah, proto. So proto's before. So yeah, this is proto emo. Proto The Cure maybe. Lyrically,
yeah,
but which I still want to do. We got to do that. We got to do The Cure on the pod. I really, really want to do The Cure sometime soon. But anyway, so that was our 3. What was your 4?
Dreams.
Dreams. Okay, so we talked about that one. My 4 is Secondhand News.
Ooh, the opener. That's
opener.
a good one.
The opener.
That's a
really
good opener
one.
right there.
Yeah.
A good
So,
thesis statement for the album. The quick chickas before like the beat really starts, and man, that beat is fucking nice. Nice.
It's really, really good. The strumming, I love the strumming pattern. It kind of has this like chugging thing going along, but it's not like your typical chug. I can't explain it. Like I love the way Lindsay plays a guitar on the rhythm part of it, and also his guitar tone's fucking killer. I mean, this is really a Lindsay-led song with Nyx as like a supporting actor, supporting role on this one. Great harms between Lindsay and the gals, your Stevies and your Christinas, and the chorus, man. I hate it. I fucking hate it, but it's so fucking catchy.
So catchy.
The bow, or I don't even know how they do it.
I want to be
so
dated.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's just
so the Ramones came in and did this. Yes.
The same year, right? The fucking Ramones first album was like 77.
Yeah, it was 77. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know if I want to be dated.
I think this came out before. I think this came out before the Ramones record, though. This is February, I think, of 77. But anyway, the chorus is really, really fucking catchy and really stupid too.
So stupid.
What else you got on this one?
It's just it's a cute song. It's a fun song. I think it's a good thesis statement because it shows you like one, we're going to have strong melodies here because even though that chorus is nonsensical, it's a scat chorus, it's still highly melodic. The beat here is super solid, so we know we're going to get just generic kind of rhythm section beats here. And then also we're going to get like good layering because like Buckingham belts out these kind of like folky style guitar things so well. But he also has this like weird like squealy guitar lick towards the end of the song. Like
and also the way he sings in that outro when he's singing Secondhand News, just that little bit of a progression when he sings a little bit higher, it's fucking good. It's really good. Love that part of the song too.
God, he has such a nice high pitched vocals.
He does. He sings in such a high register. I never realized until the last couple of weeks how high he actually sings.
If you didn't know there was like a guy in this group, you probably would just think that is either Stevie Nicks or Christine McVie.
I know.
Straight up.
Really,
it's so
I agree.
High.
And also the fact that his name is Lindsay. It's like,
yeah, come on. What do we do? Come on.
I know. Seriously. And then lyrically on this one, it's just, to me, it's about him being strung along and then dumped by the person. Secondhand news. So that's my 4B. I mean, we've talked about just about everything.
Well, there's one song we gotta talk about. That's
What, Don't
we gotta
Stop?
talk about Don't Stop. Come on.
Can't Stop from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes. Can't stop, dick to the shindig. If we just end it off on anything, we have to talk about Don't Stop, and then we're good. But
okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm totally good with ending this with Don't Stop.
Come on,
I think we kind of beat this whole thing. So what do you got on this one? That's my 6B.
This is also my 6B. Look at that.
There you go.
There
you go.
So like two big takeaways for me on this one. Like objectively, this is a catchy song. Like there's no fucking way you are not listening to the song, and then within the first like couple stanzas, you're not tapping your feet. You're not like, oh, I'm getting into this. And then two, I hate that I love this song so much. And this is really when like the Rumours like aesthetic sets in, right? Because the first 3 songs, it's a little bit quirky and like never going back again. That you kind of got to be like maybe a musician almost to appreciate that song fully. But Don't Stop is a dumb fucking pop song through and through.
Stop thinking about tomorrow. It's the way they end that line to the thinking about tomorrow. It's
like Disney. It's like a Disney fucking movie.
It's like the Sabitch thing, it's just the says.
And like the way the song drops into the verses, it's so smooth and just gets right into that bounciness and excitement. And
yes, exactly. It has that bouncy, like circusy feel, like beat to it. Not feel, but just the beat has that. Dun, dun. It's just very, doom. God, it's just it's the tempo, it's the rhythm. Everything is just it hits that catchiness.
It's silly.
It's weird.
It's a dumb fucking song. It's silly. It's goofy. It's corny in every way possible. And it's perfect. And like what makes it even better, And what makes this whole record like even better too is that like this Don't Stop song, which could have been like a 5-minute song for any other band that wants to stretch out that melody. It's like 3 minutes long.
Yeah,
that's
short.
a 50s
the whole
pop song,
record's
dude.
short.
That's a 50s pop song.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
Buddy
a 50s
Holly,
pop song would be like 2.5 minutes, but
well, like 2:45 was like the general Chuck Berry, Buddy Holly era
average,
pop song. This is 3:11. Hit him up.
Yeah. Okay. So that's like that's about.
Dude,
yeah, that about
that's
nails it.
Nothing with this aggressive of a melody.
Great band too. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay, man.
We never done 311 either. We got to do 311.
They're not that.
Some
great,
of the early
dude.
records are their first few records are fucking solid. Man.
No, they're not.
They're good. Nah, well,
I do
dude.
I do like a lot of that genre blending and a lot of that stuff, but 311.
I mean, I'm gonna put them on the list on our to-do list.
Did you buy the repress that just came out of their first record?
What no, I didn't. I didn't even know they repressed it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I just didn't know. I'm not like a huge 311 fan, but I mean, they're a solid band.
You probably like Down and Amber, right?
I mean, they're good songs, but they're not their best.
So like Down, like
Been Here a While. Been Here a While.
Down.
Oh, that song's so good.
Dude, that was like 3-4 records deep. Amber was like 5-6 records deep.
I'm telling you, they have some good fucking records.
They're okay. The band's not as good as you think they are. They're
anyway, they're now on our to-do list, so we're gonna do them eventually on the pod.
Whatever.
Don't
stop.
Ingve,
Don't stop.
so.
Where I'm down to do Ingve.
Tomorrow.
But the big thing with Don't Stop is the fucking Bill Clinton thing, man. Come on.
I know.
Like, are you
Isn't that
kidding me?
gross?
The first time that you
fucking
like
gross?
reconvene on stage was to like support a political candidate. Are you kidding me? As a musician,
and the fact that
you
half
should
the
hate.
band are British.
Oh,
yeah.
That shit
it was fucking gross.
That's
like
disgusting.
That's like some Obama shit right there. You know, it's like
that's
the kind of shit like
pathetic.
musicians were doing when Barack Obama got elected. It's just like,
fucking
dude,
pathetic.
you guys are a bunch of fucking cucks, man. These are politicians. Don't worship these people. You shouldn't even be worshiping like musicians or movie stars.
The politicians should be worshiping musicians, not the other way around.
They're like the lowest of the low, and any sort of worship of any politician is disgusting.
And the fact that like this was like the first time that this the classic era like reconvene on stage, like really that's your go-to.
Yeah.
Like that's what you want to be known in the history books for. As the first time you got together on stage was at a fucking Bill Clinton rally. Oh,
I know. Isn't that crazy? You know what's wild too? You know he's fucking Democrat. He was the governor of Arkansas. It's like
oh, fuck that state too. Who gives a shit about that state?
A Democratic politician being the governor of Arkansas, then getting elected as president because he played the saxophone on fucking whatever the guy's show was, and he said that he smoked weed once, just once, but he didn't inhale. It's like, come on, dude. Like, just come on. This is clearly just pandering, man.
Dude, you put like Bill Clinton on any rap record because he's a master wordsmith. Like,
dude, I will say, Bill Clinton is one of the greatest, speakers of all ever. Like he's an incredible fucking speaker. I love. He could talk about anything, and I would listen to him. I think he's just an incredible public speaker, one of the greatest ever.
Because he's a
Ronald
sly
Reagan too.
Fuck, man. That's what it is.
He's a sly fuck. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
The most
damn, dude, he's
iconic,
fucking smooth.
infamous thing that any president I think has ever fucking said. And when he says, it depends on what your definition of is. I said, wow, this is where we're at, dude.
That is fucking.
This is where we're at.
Bad.
A fucking
Pretty
wordsmith
bad.
over here. Like a surgeon with the tongue.
But like if one of his videos comes up like on Instagram or fucking TikTok or whatever your social media thing is, you're gonna watch it. You're gonna watch the whole thing.
I watch it
no matter what the fuck
fucking 15 times.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, dude, have you ever seen that video? Dude, this is a Mad TV skit, and Will Sasso used to do a Bill Clinton impersonation.
Was like the
fucking
town
funny.
meeting one?
Yeah, and he keeps like burping.
Yeah.
He keeps having those like deep, not like a full burp, but like those deep burps. You know what I'm talking about? You go,
Yeah.
like the hiccup burps, and he keeps having those. Dude, that skit is so fucking funny.
It's the
Will
one
Sasso
with
fucking nails it.
what's the girl? Nicole Sullivan. She's the one that's his like fucking speaker or whatever, asking the questions
is
for
it?
everybody.
Oh, okay. I think you're right. Yeah. Oh, dude, that was so good. That was so funny.
I think Phil Lamar's in that one too.
I don't remember. I just remember Will Sasso.
Fuck, I want to watch
doing
Mad
that.
TV again.
And the burping. Dude, you know they took all the episodes off of HBO Max?
Yeah, I can't watch it anywhere. What am I going to do?
I know. It sucks. I watched like the first 5 seasons again, after loving it for so long. And yeah, and then all of a sudden they're gone. And they were so fucking funny. Nah. Even Will Sasso's brought up. He's like, he said he has no idea why they took it off of HBO. No idea. He said they didn't even know that they put it on there. Like it wasn't until fans started reaching out saying like, "Oh my God, this skit was so funny." We watched on HBO. So like the cast didn't know it came on. They didn't even know when it was taken off. So they got no money from that. No money from that.
It's a little aggressive for that time. Some of the stuff was a little aggressive.
It was, but
funny.
Damn funny.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm not talking about this.
I'm good. I have all my main talking
points.
points. I'm good. I can do my record wrap up.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's wrap it up. Give our rating of the record based off of our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album, but give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So, what do you give this one? Go.
The more we talk about this, the more I don't want to love this album, because these people are just childish and fucking immature and irritating and just so dumb, dude. And before this classic era of Fleetwood Mac, the one record before this, that's like, meh, that's okay. Everything else after this, like at best, it was okay. At best.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're being too nice. You're being too nice.
At fucking best, it was like, that's okay. So it's just like, dude, they got away with one, man. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they pulled it off with this lineup, with this amount of drugs. I don't fucking know. I don't get it. I think maybe you're right. Maybe there's something like surreptitiously going on in the background that we don't know about, because there's no fucking way that the record before this sucks and everything else after this sucks, but this record is goddamn good. Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
No other band's done this. No other band's done this.
No, I agree.
So
maybe this is like a reaction to the punk movement, because punk was starting to come up. Maybe this is like one last hurrah by the record labels, by the executives. Like let's do this plant. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know anything anymore. I don't know, Jerry. So I think this is a really, 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 really good record, but just out of a spite and out of respect for Peter Green, I will never give this a 3. I just won't, because I think Peter Green deserves more than that. I think Bob Welch fucking deserves more than that. And I think that for Fleetwood Mac to go down in the history books as Rumours being their best, I think it's gross. And I think it grossly misrepresents what this band is about, what this band started as. I think a better name for this should have been like Buckingham Nicks featuring Fleetwood Mac. Like that's essentially where we're at now. So I would give this a 2.5, because I do think this is like, God, this is so good. And I love my record. I love my new Japanese pressing of this. I love every song on here. I think this record is so goddamn great. But again, dude, like, come on. This is adult contemporary.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just good adult contemporary.
The best adult contemporary.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it's the best adult contemporary. But it's still fucking adult contemporary. You can't say a better record. I mean, maybe some of the Eagles stuff, but otherwise, the Eagles do have some good songs though. They really do. The Eagles have one banger. That's it.
Which is
Hotel California.
I mean, I don't even think that's like their biggest banger.
Dude, the Joe Walsh era, like Joe Walsh is another fucking guitarist that is just like, he's just
a great guitar player.
He's not talked about enough in the circles. Like, my God, the guy was fucking phenomenal. But the Eagles, the fuck out of here, dude.
They had some good shit, man.
Man, fuck the Eagles. Like, straight up, fuck the. I would love to do the Eagles on the podcast, because fuck the Eagles. That band sucks.
But I would only want to do like the greatest hits.
Oh, well, yeah, we would do the greatest hits for sure. And I would shit all over it. I would have 0 bangers.
Even though you just said you love Hotel California, but that's fine.
That's not on the Eagles' greatest hits.
Yes, it is.
No.
Why wouldn't that be on the Eagles' great? That's like their most famous song. Are you kidding me? Are you yoking me? That's still their most famous song.
Hotel California?
Yeah.
No, see, so like the greatest hits Eagles came out before Hotel California, so Hotel California is not on that greatest hits. That's why I don't have it.
Is it really?
I swear, yes, I'm telling you. Like,
really?
This
oh no,
not
no,
this not me being facetious. This is like I'm telling you, yes. Hotel California is not on the Eagles' greatest hits.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
This is Joe Walsh era Eagles is a whole different ball game.
Wow. Okay, I had no idea. I learn something new every day.
Yeah, fuck the Eagles. Straight up, fuck the Eagles, dude. That's bullshit. Dad rock, trying to be country, trying to be folk. Man, that band sucks. Don Henley, fuck him. The only I go for days about even just how they annihilated Jackson Brown's career, and good lord.
Speaking of Don Henley, Stevie Nicks dated Don Henley and then had a child or aborted a child.
Yeah, because Stevie Nicks has long been like an advocate for, I'm not going like John Cena. Like, I'm not going to have kids because I like what I do and I don't want to bring a kid into this because it'll affect their life and my life. Therefore, I don't want to do it.
I like that.
I do too.
That's like,
fuck, it's your life, man.
I think that's really
like,
mature. Yeah.
Hell
I feel like that's very mature too. I absolutely respect that.
But John Cena is very much the same way.
I didn't know that about John Cena. I had no idea.
Love John Cena, dude.
I mean, I can't see him most of the time, but
nobody can.
So that's true. Jokes. Damn it! What was I gonna say?
You were gonna give this album probably a 2.35 because
so one thing we didn't. I mean, we talked about like the extramarital affairs and all that kind of shit, but talk about a band, the biggest homie hopper band, I think of all time.
Homie hopper,
like
yes,
the homie hop, like. Dude, it's just like
while.
every band member homie hopped, like almost like right, except maybe John. I think John didn't homie hop, but like, dude, everybody homie hopped in this one. It's stupid. It's fucking dumb, but they all did.
Homie hoppers.
It's such a disrespectful
thing
to say. Too.
It is. It's such a derogatory thing to like call somebody.
Man. Yeah, and we know and everybody knows we all did that when we were younger, calling people homie hoppers.
Homie hoppers.
Anyway, yeah, my final thoughts. I think this is the weakest era of the band, not their greatest record, but still iconic. I mean, obviously the songs we talked about are just they're on another level. Like they're so goddamn popular. Everybody knows them, and it's a solid record. But yeah, this record shouldn't be. It's suspicious that this record was so good. It makes no sense whatsoever. Like we were just talking about. So, I don't know. I think Buckingham is overrated. I think Stevie Nicks is overrated. I think they're all overrated. And in the end, this album is overrated as well. Great record, but still overrated. With that, we've been going for like an hour and a half now. So with that being said, I'm going to give this a 2.5 as well. It's not a perfect record. The Christine songs, pretty weak. I know you don't agree.
Why do you got to throw?
But they're pretty weak.
Fucking second, you throw that in like at the last fucking second. Right, we had a good route. The last thing you throw it in, and you know.
But it's true.
Mad.
It's true.
Okay.
It's totally true. She's definitely the weakest part of this band.
There's a lot of weak parts of the band. She's not the weakest part of
this
band.
There are a lot of. No, you're right. You're right. There are a lot of weak parts. But damn, dude. Yeah, Rumours 2.5 out of 3. I could go on for days about the other eras of the band, especially Peter Green, which, honestly, we're probably going to do. I would say probably within like the next year or so, we'll probably do a Peter Green record because it's too goddamn good. Better than Rumours, that's for sure, dude. Well, so yeah, that's all I got. Thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. And that's it. That's all.
Peter Green.